can I please?
Nah, sit down.
Hey, can I please?
No,
use the
don't do
bathroom?
that.
No,
Sit back down.
okay, I
Sit
sat
back
down
down.
on my own.
Sit
sir.
down.
I sat
Sit
down
down.
on my own.
You
sir.
stay down there.
So let's go to Lansing, Michigan. This is Tony Flores. There was enough ones in the chat to justify this. It's probably about a 40-minute hearing. I'm not sure what it's about, other than it looks like there's a significant amount of body cam footage that's used. And I believe this is a preliminary exam. So let's check it out and see what's going on.
Well, on behalf of the people,
Ms. Donnelly.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, on behalf of the defendant Charles Withers, who is to my right.
And sir, you are Charles Withers, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the time set for preliminary examination. It's my understanding a preliminary examination is going to be held today. Is there anything to come to the court's attention before we go forward with the preliminary examination, Ms. Fortunigo?
No, Your Honor, there's only one witness. I anticipate that the people will only be calling one witness, Officer Vanderwerf. So I don't believe a sequestration order is necessary.
All right, I'll invoke the sequestration order if I hear from counsel that somebody comes in and sees somebody on the stand that they shouldn't be seeing on the stand. We have the one officer who's present in the courtroom. Anything from the defense, Ms. Donnelly?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, for the preliminary examination 25-02459, Ms. Fortuna Gill, the people may call their first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people would call Zachariah Vanderwerf.
All right, Mr. Vanderwerf, Officer Vanderwerf, you can come up here. You can stand right in front of me and state and spell your first name and your last name for the record.
Yes, it's Officer Zachariah Vanderwerf.
All right, and if you could spell them.
Yep. Spelled Zachariah. Last name is Vanderwerf, capital WERF.
Okay, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, go and have a seat. The microphone, as you know, goes right to the court recorder's ears, so please project as best you can. And Ms. Fortuna Gill, when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Vanderwerf, can you tell me a bit about what you do for a living?
Yes, I'm a police officer in the city of Lansing.
And how long have you been a police officer for the city of Lansing?
It'll be 9 years at the end of February here.
Okay. And were you employed as a police officer in the city of Lansing on August 13th of 2025?
Yes.
And what were your job duties that day?
So I was working road patrol, but I was responding to 911 calls that day.
Okay. And do you recall responding to a call at East Saginaw Street in North Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay. And is that in the city of Lansing?
Yes, it is.
County of Ingham?
Yes.
State of Michigan?
Yes.
And can you tell me what was going on when you arrived at East Saginaw Street in North Pennsylvania?
Yeah, so we received a call. Someone had reported that a male was pushing a female off the bus, so it was a possible domestic.
Okay. And what is it that you actually saw when you arrived?
So I drove through the intersection of Saginaw and Pennsylvania. I hadn't seen anything at that time, and I continued down the street until I made it close to, like, I believe it was Saginaw, Maryland, roughly right around that area in front of like Lansing Catholic. And what was described is that it was supposed to be a black male wearing an orange shirt and a white female with him. And then that's who I observed walking down the sidewalk.
Okay, so these people that you observed walking down the sidewalk, they match the description that dispatch had given you?
Yes.
Okay, and so what did you do next?
So I activated my lights on my police vehicle to just signal that I was a police officer. And I rolled down the window and asked if I could speak to both of them.
Okay, and when you say you activated your lights, were you in a fully marked patrol vehicle?
Yes, I was.
And what were you wearing that day?
I was in full police uniform that day.
Okay. And how is it that the two individuals reacted when you asked to speak with them?
So Mr. Withers actually stopped to speak with me, and then the female tried to continue to walk away. So at that time, I exited my vehicle and asked, I called out to her and asked if I could speak to her as well.
Okay, and you referred to Mr. Withers. Was that the male that you had seen?
Yes.
Okay, and would you recognize him if you saw him here today?
Yes.
Do you see him here today?
I do see him.
Can you point him out by describing an article of clothing he's wearing for me?
Yes, he's wearing the black hoodie over there.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like the record to reflect that Officer Vanderwerf has identified the defendant as Mr. Withers.
Any objection to the witnesses identifying the defendant for purposes of prelim, Ms. Donnelly?
No.
Okay. Well, for purposes of prelim, the witnesses identified the defendant and you may proceed.
Thank you. So what happened next with your interaction?
So I was kind of just waiting for my partner so we could kind of get them separated, because typically during domestic assaults, like someone will not, or if the female or male, whoever was the victim, won't speak to you unless you're separated from them. So kind of waited for my partner to get there so I could separate the two.
Okay, and that's standard procedure in these sort of cases?
Yes.
Okay, and when they were separated, who is it that you had an interaction with?
So I ended up speaking with the female.
Okay, and what occurred after your conversation with the female?
So when I was speaking with her, she had mentioned Mr. Withers' name, which was Charles Withers, Charles Irvin Withers.
Okay,
And then I had overheard when Officer Wilson was speaking to him that he gave a different name.
okay, so and you heard that with your own ears?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened next?
So at that point, Officer Wilson went to run his name through lean. And then at that point, I stayed with Mr. Withers until he could run his name. And then during that interaction, I had Mr. Withers remain seated because I believed he lied about his name. So typically, you know, if people try to stand up or not comply with your orders, they might try to run or fight, whatever it may be, if they realize that you recognize that they're lying about their name. So.
Okay, so what name, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
What name is it? Do you recall what name Mr. Withers gave you?
I don't recall. I think it was Eric Miller, but I'm not sure. If that was
Okay.
the correct name or not.
But nothing close to Charles Withers?
No.
Withers? Okay.
No.
And, or I apologize, he didn't actually give you that name, he gave your partner that name, but
Yes.
you heard that with your own ears?
Yes.
Okay. And the name that was getting ran through lean, is that the Eric Miller name or the Charles Withers name?
I believe you'd have to ask Officer Wilson, but I believe he was running Eric
Okay.
Miller's name through.
Okay. And so while you're sitting with Mr. Withers, well, what happens then?
Well, during that interaction, after I told him to remain seated, he tried to stand up a couple of times, saying that he needed to use the bathroom.
Okay.
But there was no restroom that was close by, and we're right in front of the school, so it's not like I can let him just use the bathroom there.
Sure.
So at that time, we're just kind of waiting, and I have him remain seated again. He's tried to stand up a couple of times. So then I get over the radio to tell Officer Wilson the name that he should try to run. Well, he's in earshot of me saying that, and then at that point, he stands up again after I told him multiple times not to do that.
Okay, so he disobeyed your command several times?
Yes.
Okay, and when he was standing up, when you had ordered him to sit down, what is it that you were fearful of in that moment?
His flight. I was afraid he was going to try to run.
Okay. I have no further questions for this witness at this time.
Cross-examination, Ms. Donnelly.
Good morning, Officer Vanderwerf.
Good morning.
All right, and your testimony here today was when you got the call and you were given a description. The only ones you saw matching the description were Mr. Withers and the female he was with.
Yes.
Did you were you wearing your body worn camera that day?
I was.
All right, and was it working?
Yes.
All right, and would you recognize it if you saw it?
Yes. My body cam. Yes.
All right. So, Your Honor, can I use the cord to plug in my computer?
Yeah, so you plan to move for the admission of the videotape for the body cam?
Yes.
All right. Any objection to, and I'm assuming foundation will be laid because you'll show them the initial scene. So with that understanding, the witness can I at least identify maybe the first 3 or 4 seconds to make sure that that's from the body cam, and then I'll entertain a motion to admit.
With that understanding, Your Honor, there would be no objection.
Okay, and is there any objection to the body cam coming in?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, so there's no objection pursuant to stipulation. I just want to make sure we're all seeing the same thing, okay? All right, so So pursuant to stipulation, People's Exhibit 1, or it'll be Defense Exhibit 1 will be admitted once we get it all hooked up. And that'll be the body cam from Officer is it Vanderwerf? Vanderwerf.
And Your Honor, I'm not intending to play, the whole video is an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm intending to play it
All
all,
right.
so I'm just gonna enter a partial, and obviously the prosecutor for completeness if they want to. Yeah, they can. All right. Okay, Officer Vanderwerf, do you recognize this?
As of right now, no, but I would assume this is me in the car.
Right, and
Yes.
and it's labeled August 13th, so that would be around the time frame. Is
Yes.
that- Okay.
Yes, correct.
All right. But at any point, is this something that looks to be altered or not what it was?
Hey, can I talk to you real quick?
So you recognize that?
Yeah. that's my
Okay.
voice.
All right. So we're, with that, Your Honor, I will.
I just have one question, one
Okay.
additional question to establish foundation. Officer Vanderwerf, that when you just heard you speak, is that what you said when you were talking about your interaction initially with the couple that you had seen?
Yes.
Okay, so this appears to be the same interaction you and I were speaking about earlier.
Yes.
Great, thank you. I have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, motion to admit People's Exhibit, its Defense Exhibit 1 would be admitted pursuant to stipulations, so Defense Exhibit 1 is admitted into evidence. And then if you have any objection to what we're seeing, I'll entertain the objection then, because I don't know how much we're showing, but you can go from there. And we have missed some, there have been about, I'd say, 20 seconds that led up to what we're looking at. So Ms. Donnelly, when you're ready.
I'm gonna start the video at 8 minutes and 29 seconds
right.
into it. So as the video shows, it's about August 13th, 2025, about 4:58 p.m. This is the point at which Officer Vanderwerf says that after, once he's talked to the female, what happens with then Mr. Withers. So that's
right.
where I'm starting.
Okay.
All right.
I'm with you. But he's the only dude wearing an orange shirt. Like, I ain't come across nobody else wearing an orange shirt. All right. Do you mind just hanging out here for a second? I'll be right back, okay? Yes, I can. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have anything coming back for him. Everything that I'm getting back is commercial for email.
Okay, thank you. What's up? Yeah, I'll talk to you about it. You said nothing came back on him? No. Did you give him the right name?
Yes, I did.
You did? What's the name that you gave him?
Eric.
Eric?
Yeah.
Eric what?
Miller.
Miller?
Yeah.
You don't have any ID on you somewhere?
No, I don't, sir.
Where's it at?
I just ain't had none, man. Like, I've been fucked up for the last couple of years.
How long has it been since you've had ID? 4 years? But you had like a driver's license or I have Michigan ID?
I ain't had no driver's license.
So a Michigan ID?
I had more like a 308 ID.
Oh. Have you always lived in the state of Michigan? Yeah.
Yeah, like, man, don't be giving me no trouble and no shit like that.
Yeah, so in talking to her, basically, she said that he pushed her off the bus today. I could call the witness and see, but she said she's afraid and she doesn't want to be around him. Yeah, she got some scratch marks on the back of her neck. She tried to walk away and he grabbed her. I mean, if it's case, you does something like that. Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah. 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 Hey, do you want to press charges against him for that assault today?
I'm just gonna pause it because I have a question, Officer Vanderwerf. So I'm pausing it at the time on stamp is 5:01 and 30 seconds PM. Had you after have you gotten her to tell you what Mr. Withers' name was yet by this point? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I'll just keep playing it.
What's that?
No.
No, you sure? Why? What's his name?
Charles Irwin Withers.
Oh.
I'll pause right there at timestamp says 5:01 and 58 seconds. Mr. Vanderwerf, at that moment, did you actually recognize the name?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
What's your date of birth?
12/16/76.
12/16/76?
Yeah.
Why do you look so familiar to me?
No.
Where were you staying down on the south side?
Are you good for a second?
You've never stayed on the south side? You never stayed over by Jolly and Penn? I'm pretty sure you did. It wasn't you? What's the name you gave him?
You think I can do that?
Eric what?
No.
Miller? You didn't used to live by Penn and Jolly. Not right now, no.
I gotta go back here.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I gotta use that motherfucker bad, man.
Yeah.
Like if I can get that woman right here.
I'm just trying to place it. I do remember speaking to you before. Just walking around. You know what? I think I remember where I know you from.
Hanging out down there by the probably Jerry by Larkin.
No, no. I know you from Jolly and Pennsylvania. That's what it is. You came back to some house that the maintenance guy was in over there. The apartments down there. You know what I'm talking about? What was your name? It wasn't Eric. What was your name?
I hang out down by Larkin. Right by the field. And miss it. I don't miss it.
No, I'm almost positive that was you down there. I'm almost positive. I just can't remember your name. I think you're lying about your name. What was it?
Whoever talking about it wasn't me.
It wasn't you, huh? You better remember it.
I've never even been out on the south side in that area, wherever you're talking about. I go down here by the park.
Pause it just momentarily because there's a lull. It's at 5:06 and 22 seconds. Officer Vanderwerf, are you waiting for Officer Wilson to be running the lien information? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you can't use it right now. You know what? I think I remember what it is. Charles? That's your name? It's not Charles? Huh. Hey, Jessica, if you want to go sit in the shade, you can sit in the shade.
Shouldn't say too.
No, you can stay right here. I think you're lying about your name. I think your name's Charles. Uh-huh. That's what's coming back to my memory right now. I'm guaranteed that was you that was down there.
It might be somebody that look just like me. Can I please?
Nah, sit down.
Hey, can I please?
No, no,
use
no,
the
don't do
bathroom?
that.
No, no,
Sit
no,
back
I'm
down.
not, okay, I
Sit
sat
back
down
down.
on my own.
Sit
sir.
down.
I sat
Sit
down on
down.
my own.
You
sir.
stay down there. Don't you try to get up again.
I just got to use the bathroom.
Uh-huh, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I want you staying down there. Because I think you're lying about your name right now.
No, I'm not lying, bro. Can I please
Uh-huh.
use the bathroom right
No, you cannot. Not unless you want to charge. Okay. $22 to K9.
bag, sir. I promise you, I got to couple you up, sir. I got to use the bag.
I think it's Charles
Please,
Irvin
sir.
Withers.
Please, sir. I got to use
No.
the bathroom.
No.
Come
No.
on, man.
Don't do
grab
that,
me,
bro.
sir. I gotta use the bathroom.
Don't do that. Don't do
Why you
that
touching
shit.
me, bro? I got to use the bathroom, bro.
I told you not. I told you not to do that.
Sir, why
Okay?
you touching me, though, bro?
Because because you stood up. I told you not to. You're not gonna try to
Sir,
run.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna win. I gotta use the bathroom, man. I got to use the bathroom, man. I told you can hook me up, bro. I gotta use it, sir. I'm finna use it on myself.
All right. I think that you testified, I'm ending it at the video at the timestamp on the date is August 13, 2025 at 5:09 p.m. and 38 seconds. The video itself ended at 17 minutes and 54 seconds into it. Officer Vanderwerf, you testified today that he resisted because you ordered him to stay seated and he disobeyed that order, correct?
Yes,
And in your video, he was telling you that he had to use the bathroom, right?
yes,
Okay. And you said that you wouldn't allow him to use the bathroom because there wasn't any nearby bathrooms.
correct.
Okay, and the implication being if he needed to relieve himself, he would be exposing himself in this getting a crime.
Yes.
Okay.
correct. Yeah, because there was kids that were playing like tennis on the court just on the other side of those trees there too.
But at no point in that video, did he, did you see, he say that he, was going to run, right?
No, he did not say that.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
All right, redirect Ms. Fortuna Gill.
Briefly, Your Honor, Officer Vanderwerf, in the video, when you, when Mr. Withers stands up, is that the second or third time? Do you recall that he stands up?
I believe this was the second time that he stands up.
Okay, but he did stand up a time before that.
Yes,
And your response to that was what?
to have him sit back down.
Okay, and you explained to him that he was not to stand back up again until you had all the information.
Yes,
Okay, and when he stands up the second time and you proceed to place him under arrest, is that correct?
yes. So when I went to grab him that time, he did pull his arm away.
Okay, that was my question, was there any further resisting when you went to place him under arrest?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted clarification. The video, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on. Thank you. No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, any additional cross-examination, Ms. Donnelly?
No.
Ms. Fortuna Gill, may this witness be excused?
He may, Your Honor.
Thank you for your appearance today. You're excused, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Any further witnesses today, Ms. Fortuna Gill?
No, Your Honor.
Do the people rest?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any witnesses today from the defense, Ms. Donnelly?
You didn't even really ask no questions that I wanted you to ask. Like, when was I under custody? Like,
Sir, Ms. Donnelly, do you plan on calling any witnesses today?
no.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Motion for bind over, Ms. Donnelly. Or Ms. Fortuna.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Today, Mr. Withers is charged with assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer or person performing duties. We heard testimony from one officer today, Officer Zachariah Vanderwerf with the Lansing Police Department. He testified that on August 13th of 2025, he was working and dispatched to East Saginaw Street in North Pennsylvania for what was a potential domestic situation. He testified that this was in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham, State of Michigan, giving this court the proper jurisdiction. Additionally, Officer Vanderwerf was able to identify the defendant as Charles Withers, the individual whom he interacted with on August 13th date. To be charged with an R&O, first, the people must prove that the defendant assaulted, battered, wounded, resisted, obstructed, opposed, or endangered a Mr. Zachariah Vanderwerf, who is a police officer with Lansing Police Department. We did hear testimony as well as watch the body camera footage today that Mr. Withers gave Officer Vanderwerf the incorrect name, or his partner the incorrect name. I believe both of them, he gave them a false name. Then continued to stand up when instructed to sit down. Officer Vanderwerf did testify that he was fearful of Mr. Withers fleeing, and that Mr. Withers was indicating that he did need to use the restroom. However, there was no appropriate place for that to occur at this time, and that Mr. Withers needed to remain seating until the police officers had all of the information. And part of the reason why those police officers did not have the right information is because Mr. Withers refused to give it to them. Additionally, when Mr. Withers did stand up that second time, and Officer Vanderwerf was under the impression that he may try to flee, he was tackled and arrested at that time. When Officer Vanderwerf was arresting Mr. Withers, Mr. Withers continued to try to pull away from Officer Vanderwerf. We have heard all that testimony today from the officer, as well as saw the body camera footage. The people would ask for bind over on this count. Thank you.
Right, response to motion for bind over, Ms. Donnelly.
Thank you, Your Honor. As stated by the prosecutor, it is their burden to show probable cause that Mr. Withers has committed the offense of resisting and obstructing an officer. The jury instructions requires that at trial, they prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there was a knowing failure to comply with a lawful order. So they just have to establish that by probable cause today. The issues the defense would like the court to consider is the fact that after viewing the officer's body worn camera, the incident, how it transpired happened very quickly, and as was evidenced on the video, Mr. Withers was very adamant that the reason why he was having difficulty sitting down was because he needed to use the bathroom, and he even offered the officers to handcuff him so that they knew that he wasn't fleeing. The officer, in his discretion, forced Mr. Withers to remain seated while Mr. Withers was in that uncomfortable position. So Your Honor, they have to, their burden is establishing probable cause that he knowingly failed to comply with a lawful command. As we can see on the video, it all happened rather quickly. Him standing up, the officer grabbing him, tackling him to the ground, and then both officers handcuffing him. Again, there has to be probable cause to establish that he knowingly failed to comply with their lawful commands. And we ask this court to consider dismissing it for failure to meet that burden. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Donnelly. Any response, Ms. Fortunigo?
No, Your Honor, I stand on my previous argument.
All right. The motion for bind over, the standard for preliminary examination is probable cause. Probable cause being the second lowest standard in criminal law, reasonable suspicion being a lower standard. I do find that location, venue, and date have been made at that this did occur on Saginaw Street, North Pennsylvania, in the city of Lansing. We got to see that as People's Exhibit, Defense Exhibit number 1. There was also a, I saw that, and then I saw the actual interaction with Officer Vanderwerf, who testified and was subject to cross-examination. We saw his body cam. So the decisions made on the witness and on the body cam. So location, venue, and the date of August 13, 2025 have all been established. Mr. Withers was identified as the person being in the video. And so ID has been made as Mr. Withers being in the court. So location, venue, ID, and date have been made. And then we have the offense elements. It does appear that at least from Mr. Withers' perspective, he indicated he needed to go to the bathroom. But there has to be some investigation based on the name he gave them. And the investigation shows that he gave him the name of Eric Miller initially. He did not come with his actual name. And so they're running his actual name to try to find out who they have in front of them. That was part of the investigation, which started out as a domestic violence investigation. And that's why Mr. Withers was stopped along with the female companion. I find that Mr. Withers, so there are issues in credibility to go to the trier fact, but at a probable cause level, the elements have been met on count 1 as resisting and obstructing an officer, that on August 13, 2025 at East Saginaw Street, North Pennsylvania, in the city of Lansing, the defendant I didn't see an assault, batter, wound. I did see resisting. I did see some opposing and certainly endangering officers. Zachariah Vanderwerf, a police officer, he was marked. They were both marked as police officers, and they were subject to, the vehicles were also marked. The defendant knew or had reason of performing his or her duties. We had testimony from Officer Vanderwerf that he had he had indicated 2 commands for the defendant to sit down, and the defendant did not sit down. And the defendant was indicating he had to go to the bathroom. But there was an investigation on the prior name that was given to the officers, which was Eric Miller, which is not the correct name. And so they were looking to find the correct name. So these are all credibility issues that may go to the trier of fact. But I find at a probable cause level that location, offense, venue, ID, and date have been made, and I will bind over on count 1. The habitual 4th offender notice also goes along with the count 1. And so this is bound over as charged. I will indicate the examination was held on today's date, which is February 19th, 2026. And there's probable cause to determine that count 1 has been committed. The habitual offender will follow. I have bond set at 2,000 PR, which was the original bond. And then I have a note on the file. So we got to clear this up, that it was modified to 2,000 cash surety on February 2nd, 2026. This goes back to August 2025. So if we can clarify that, it says 2,000 PR bond, but the magistrate indicated 2,000 cash surety. What's your understanding of bond, Ms. Donnelly?
Your Honor, because there was a failure to appear, it's my understanding, yes, he posted a bond when he was a PR bond originally, and then it became a cash surety that he posted.
Okay, so he's 2,000 cash surety would be the correct amount of bond at this time. He did post a bond.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to take off the PR bond. It is a 2,000 cash surety has been posted at this time. Is that a fair statement, Ms. Fortuna Gill? That's my reading of it. I just wanted to confirm that. There's previous fail to appears, and then the bond was set at 2,000 cash surety. A bond was posted, and then so it's not 2,000 PR anymore, as indicated by the bind over documentation. Is that your understanding, Ms. Fortuna Gill?
That is my understanding.
All right. So your time in district court, sir, is done. You're off to circuit court, where you get your next date of appearance in circuit court from your attorney, Ms. Donnelly. Anything else before I sign the bind over documentation, Ms. Fortuna Gill?
Not for the people.
Ms. Donnelly.
Not for defense.
All right. I'm going to sign the bind over documentation, and bond is imposed. You'll get your next date of appearance from Ms. Donnelly. Thank you for your appearance today.
I gotta sign. All right.
So I think that was interesting to watch, and it's always good to see body cam when we can. But I am not sure exactly what that defense attorney was trying to achieve there. By showing all of that, I don't see any way that would have stopped probable cause from being found. I don't see any way that it helped that defendant. Now, if you see it differently, please tell me in the chat, because I'm curious. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see what the purpose of that was from a helping your client perspective. Maybe you do. Hey, thanks for watching this clip from TCF Live. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can join us weekdays live, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel.